What is up, people? How are we doing? Got some early birds in the chat. That's what we like. 21 of you in here. That is another personal best, and that's 21 that's not hit the like button. Straight on your case, look. Like button tappers. Yes, crew. Hope you've had all hope you all had a good Sunday. And as always, I hope you have had a good week. Yeah. So what have you all been up to? Let me know in the chat what you've been at and that. Who said I can't do poems? Fucking hell. But yeah, we are here. It is Sunday evening. We are live in the Smokie studio, aka my lounge. So yeah, let's see what you've all been at for the weekend. And yeah, I've got a new method for this weekend. Right, I'm gonna concentrate on new messages first. Like I'll blast these out because this is light work. But once the chat starts coming in thick and fast, like it probably will do, I will just go for the bottom comments first, and then once they slow down, I'll scroll back up and try and catch some comments that I've missed. But I'm hoping that will keep on top of chat and keep the stress levels to sort of like a minimum. So yeah, here we go. Buckle up. We're going in. Scottish Firefly, welcome back to the chat. Craig Fuller, what's up, dude? It is indeed like waiting in a doctor's office, and there was 21 of you waiting in that doctor's office this evening, which is absolutely superb. Smashing PBs out of the park. Love all of that. Hi, Smokie. Take your time, mate. We are early to get front row seats. Yeah, boy. Hope the hair dye came out. It did indeed. I actually went crazy and went at my hair with a razor. Sorry. I cut my hair normally, like I normally do. Got in the shower, was washing it, my head, and felt that I'd missed the hair at the back, or some hair at the back. I had like fucking about 3 or 4 stripes at the back of my head. So yeah, out came the old Mac 5, whatever it's called these days. And yeah, I just went crazy and shaved it like an absolute crazy person. But as a consequence, I've got to wear hats all the time now, especially when I'm around lighting, because the shine that would come off my head now, and I don't even polish it. So, do you know what I'm saying? Fucking hell, here we go already. Question for you, Smokie. As always, forget to ask, what's the difference in the radiation, non and irradiated? Just got 8888 apples and bananas, and it's really nice, good taste. Irradiated don't taste that good. So irradiation is a process that some flour will have to go through if the levels weren't at the correct level set by the MHRA. So basically, MHRA set these levels that the flour has to hit before they allow it to come into the country, and that's all down to the growing facility and the cleanliness and all sorts of business. But yeah, if the flour, when it's tested, doesn't reach these certain numbers, then it has to be irradiated. Now, there are 2 types of irradiation. Well, you're only holding up one then. The first one is beta irradiated. That tends to be not as harsh on the flour. A lot of places are tending to now adjust the dose of radiation the flour gets to what it actually needs to bring it down to that level. So that's why we're finding flours are coming irradiated, but with more terps. And then the second one is gamma irradiated. I tend to stay away from gamma irradiated stuff personally because the flour generally is dry as a nun's, or dry as a postman's sock. Keeping it PG. It's still, well, just after 9. It's all good. But yeah, and there's very little terps in gamma irradiated stuff. So I generally will have beta irradiated if there's a strain that I want to try. And more recently, I've not been upset with my choices of irradiated, but generally I will try and stick to non-irradiated if I can. Fucking hell. I ain't clipping that one up for a short, am I? Jesus. Beta is supposed to be better than gamma. Yes, exactly that. Evening, just watching. Thanks. 007. James Bond in the house. Big up. Evening, Smokie. Like smashed. Good man. Yeah, if everyone could smash the like button, that would be beautiful. I would always appreciate that. Thank you very much. Hiya. The dabbing granny just shouted me out. Lol. 800 in our chat. Nice one, Brian Cox. Evening, dude. I don't even watch the dabbing granny, if I'm honest. Never even heard of her. Am I out of touch? Who knows? Hooligan Hippie, how you doing? Welcome to the chat. Harrison John, what's up, dude? The literature is inconclusive, to be honest. My opinion is I think age of bud matters more and radiation technique. Yeah. Age of flower definitely matters when it comes to like the terps and stuff. Yeah. Cricky619, how we doing, dude? Hope you have had a good weekend. Yes, Mr. Green 89. How is it bloody going? I am good, thank you. Mac Wiccan, how we doing, sir? Rob Mallion, how we doing? All these regulars now. I'm starting to click onto the regulars. Big up you guys, man. What did I say? I was going to keep a hold of the fucking chat, didn't I? Right, here we go. What's up, bro? Excited tonight. Dogzilla and Tokyo Push Pop. Nice. Tokyo Push Pop. Not even heard of that one. That must be a new one to the market. Ant Bushman, have you tried the VZ Smokie? I currently have the X Max. I have not tried the VZ. I know a few people that have tried it. Mainly Jay's Medivape Lounge. He's got a few up there. And I would say that I think he's relatively happy with it. He uses it occasionally. The only difference I can see from the outside looking in is that the VZ is a similar sort of heat up time to the Crafty and the Mighty. Like, it's not as quick as the Venti, which kind of seems pointless to me. Like, if you're going to bring out a smaller device, have it the same sort of speed heat up as the Venti if you can. Like, obviously I'm not a vaporizer designer, so I don't know what has to go into these things, but yeah. Favorite brand? I don't really think I've got a favorite. I just tend to say, like, I tend to go for Canadian flower. Off the top of my head, good ones: Green Carrot, 888A, this Origin Nature, the Golden Gorf that I've just done a review of that came out earlier on today, which obviously if you haven't seen that yet, after the live, go and check that out. But yeah, there's so, like, Can FX, there's so many. Next Friday. Yeah, just my main thing when I'm checking for flower is it Canadian? Is it non-irradiated? Is it something that I want to try or that I've tried previously on the black market and I think would be good for me? So you're already behind on it. Yeah, I know, mate. It's fucking terrible. I did say I was going to stick to the bottom comments first, but I can't distinguish like genuine comments and shit. So we'll just stick with what we're doing at the moment. It's not too bad at the moment. Liking the new hoodie, bro. Thank you very much. Nice one for mentioning it. Where are we? Here we are. The medicated. I'm fucking medicated. The Patient Club. If you don't know about the Patient Club, now you know, basically. Let me pin a little link in the chat for those of you that don't know. So basically, I've come up with a little brand. Everyone's going on for me. Oh, you need to do some merch. You need to do some merch. About a few months ago, I put out an idea with my logo on a hoodie, and like 90% of the people are like, what the fuck? Who wants a hoodie with your fucking stupid face all over it? So I went back to the drawing board and I came up with something that, like, you don't even have to like me or watch me or subscribe to me to get involved with this. It's basically just like a little clothing brand that I've come up with that is for the patients, by the patients. That's a new little tagline I've just come up with there. By the patients, for the patients. Check me out. Right, what am I doing? Share page. Page link. Copied. Into chat. Find my video. No, it's not that one. Where's my video gone? Oh, I've got to refresh it. Bear with me. Just let these comments build up a little bit. That's what I'm doing. Here I am. Volume down. Chat. Paste. Can I pin that? Can't pin it because it's just a fucking link. Oh, Jesus. Let me see if I can pin it from here, actually. Yeah, I can pin it from here. Oh, my God, I'm so clever. My cleverness sometimes astounds me. Do you know what I'm saying? Multitasking, phone, and... Fuck. I surprised myself. But yeah, if you go and check out the page on Facebook, there's like one design that I've put out so far, which I've neatly called the Founders Edition. But yeah, I've got loads of different ideas of designs, and I've got loads of colors of the actual logo and vector file, so I'm ready to go. I have just got to finalize the pricing for the hoodies and the t-shirts. I went to the actual supplier on Friday and chose the quality of the hoodies and the t-shirts I want, and they're going to be very good. Unfortunately, this is a sample from a different supplier. So the hoodies I've chosen aren't going to have drawstrings. They're just going to be like a normal hoodie without drawstrings. But they're really good quality. So yeah, like I said, I'm waiting for pricing for those. And then they are going to set up a little Shopify shop for me and we'll get things cracking. But the good thing with the company that are doing it now is, one, they're local, which is always awesome, support local. And two, they have a wide range of merchandise that they can do, like from caps, beanies, hats, hoodies, t-shirts, fucking bags, all sorts, you know what I mean? So I'm just going to launch with the first edition first, the Founders Edition, and see how that goes down. If that sells quite well, like, I'm probably going to keep it to like 50 items of each clothing, like 50 hoodies and 50 t-shirts for the first drop. Just see how that goes, and then yeah, we'll go from there. But like I said, I've got ADHD, bro. I've got ideas flowing out of my ears, so there will be loads of shit going down. And that again was another massive rant. I'm sorry about that. Where do we get to? Hey Smokes, love the new pic. Thank you very much, Chloe Laurent. Yeah, if you haven't seen the new picture yet and the new artwork that I'm going with, the new branding, as we're going to call it, then yeah, check that out. I'm quite impressed. And yes, for all the haters, it was made by AI, but it's something that I couldn't have done myself, and I would have had to pay someone quite a lot of money to do what I've done there for not a lot. So yeah, I'm sorry for all the AI haters out there, but as a small creator with zero budget, you've got to do these things. So yeah, what's everyone smoking tonight? Evening Lost Boy, how we doing, mate? Nothing worse than missing bits. Smokie, you got the Ghost Train haze for a price point I think is good. At least it's proper haze. Yeah, if it's the Ghost Train haze, what Ghost Train haze did I have? Can't remember who it was. But yeah, I had one recently and that was, yeah, very nice. I'm not a huge fan of hazes, but that one did stick out. DC 650, incredible recommendation. Thanks so much. You're welcome. Yeah, it is a beast. These little double vape cart thingy bobs. That came in clutch last night. Went out for an Indian last night, and yeah, I was using that. Beautiful. Tried to get the lads in the curry house to have a go because one of them vaped, but I think as soon as he put it up near his nose, he could smell what was going down, so he backed out on that. Molly Lou, first time on a live. Welcome. Scottish Firefly, have we all gave a like? I can't see the number. 54 of you have given a like so far, and there's 115 people in here, so we're sort of halfway there. So this is your little roll call. If you haven't hit the like button yet, if you could give that little like button a click, that would be beautiful. Might earn yourself a little kiss blown to you in a bit. If we reach like 100 likes, you get a kiss blown. Perks. But yeah, it just signals to YouTube that I'm live and it's not doing too bad, and it generally will push it out to more people. So the more people in, the more questions we get, and the more confused I get. And it gets to the end of the evening and everyone's like, oh, what the fuck's going on? Smokie's got like steam coming out of his ears. So yeah. Yo, mostly medicated James, what's going on, dude? Hey man, keep missing your lives, but today I remembered. Nice one, Cornish Maid. Thank you very much for joining. Smokie McGreen is an internet meme character that pops up in cannabis culture online. He's usually shown as a bright green cartoon-style figure with a laid-back stoner personality used in funny memes. I haven't got green hair. I've got no hair. No hair? That was no hair. I forgot to say the H. Got some Parve 34 at the moment. Really nice considering it was only 35 for 10 Gs. Beautiful. That's a good price point. And it's always good when something that cheap is banging. Love all of that. Anyone else missing Tyson 2.0? Wonder why they won't restock it. I don't know, mate, to be honest. Yeah, it's not been on Medica for a while. Don't know what's going down. They might be doing something exclusive. I have heard that Big Nasty Medical are meant to be doing exclusive now. Like, you can only get their strains if you're with their clinic. Don't know how true that is. I saw it on Instagram, I think. Obviously, take anything you see online with a pinch of salt. But yeah, I'm not sure what's going down, to be honest. Yeah. Gareth Taylor, hi all. Hi, back to you, young sir. Microbial content is the word you're looking for. Yeah, that was the word I was looking for when we were talking about irradiation, sir. Like, I don't know how deep I need to go into it. Like, I don't know how deep I need to go into it. But I have done a video quite a few months ago now, back on the channel, about irradiation, or irradiated and non-irradiated. So, anyone tried the Cannabis Rainbow Pie yet? No, I've not tried that one, mate. But if it's anything like the Smokie gelato, it will be absolutely lovely. A postman's sock is always raining. Mine were always wet. Yeah. I was pleasantly surprised and impressed when it turned up last week. Nice. I don't know what you were impressed about. I've definitely forgot about that now. Big Nasty Rainbow Sherbet and Gorilla Kush. Nice. Dabbing Granny 3 million on Facebook. Okay. Yeah, I should probably go and check her out. I think I might have seen her. She's like from Devon or somewhere, isn't she? Or is it an American? But I don't know. I'll go and check her out after the stream, though. Old and buggered evening, dude. How are you doing? Cheers for the goodies this week. You're welcome, mate. I'm glad you liked them, and I'm glad they arrived in quick time. Next day delivery service from your boy. Got you, bros. There are a couple of clinics that will let you order from any pharmacy. Do you reckon it is worth the £16 a month, or is it better to stick to what is available from Medica? It's hard to say, man. It's like whatever suits you best. If there are strains that you want to try that are not showing on Medica, like Big Nasty, for example, or the Tyson stuff, then yes, it's whatever suits you. Do you know what I mean? If the situation doesn't suit you at your clinic, that you're under no obligation to stay with them. So yeah, if you think another clinic can do a better job, then dip, man. Do one. Like, in the nicest possible way. Like, it's, yeah, you're under no obligation to stay. Just on the scoops from upstate, does the job, but nothing special. Yeah, I've had one upstate and it wasn't anything special, so I've never tried. Has anyone tried the pastels yet? I've not tried the pastels. I've tried the gummies. Yeah, they're all right. They're not, if you've got sort of a reasonable tolerance, then they're not going to knock you on your ass. But I suppose if you need to go somewhere where you can't get a vape or your dry herb vape out, then yeah, they'll be all good. You might have to neck half a packet, but once accepted by the clinic I chose, do I get to choose the products I want, or is my choice restricted to what is prescribed? Just watching, thanks. 007. So generally with Medica, I had to wait until month 3 until I could order my own or what I wanted. Up until then, I could, or it was the doctor's sort of choice, but I could guide them. Like 2 out of the first 3 strains were my choice, 1 was theirs, and the same again on the next 2 prescriptions. But once I got to month 3, you move to something called shared care, and then, yeah, it's you get access to the full formulary. Yo, man, love your content. You rating the Parve S1 and the Perm Marker. Yes, sir. Parve S1 is always a go-to. Like, that's always a good recommendation. Green Carrot Parve S1. And the Perm Marker, the Sea Junkie Permanent Marker, I rated that. Not sure how it would be holding up now if it's still the first batch. But yeah, it was decent when I had it. Redbeard, £40, 10G, bargain of the year. Nice. Yeah, Medicated Mate was on about the Redbeard. He had that a couple of months ago, I think. How you get on with your Mutant Tire Fire, Smokie? Nice, but not worth the 80. My opinion, like the Black Amber, though. Yeah, no, I really rate the Mutant Tire Fire, to be fair. The only thing I will say about it is it's smalls, and like it should be marketed as smalls, really. Like I didn't get any bigs. I didn't get any big nugs in there. And yeah, considering the watermelon Skittles that I also got this month was marketed at smalls for £55. I think that yeah, the Mutant Tire Fire should have been a little bit cheaper given that it was smalls. But like taste and flavor wise, I'm not upset with it at all. I had it when it first came out, so I knew what it should have been like or what it was like initially, and it's pretty much the same again. So yeah, it's turns out it would be a nice consistent one. Molly Lou is still waiting for a consultation. Hopefully this Wednesday. I've gone with Relief. Oh, Relief, but after doing more research, I'm going to switch to Medica. Yeah, I'm not saying go to Medica necessarily, but if you just don't do Relief, man, if you can. A lot of like I've personally got nothing against them. I don't know how they are, how they run as a clinic. But I do know that they charge more for I think every flower is like £80 on their formulary, whether it's £55 on someone else's formulary or whatever. And I will say that I see a lot of people leaving Relief to go to other clinics. So yeah, do with that information what you will. I'm not telling you what to do or what clinic to go with, but I'm just giving you my opinion. Evening community, stay medicated. Finno Ire, how we doing, sir? I've got a VZ and a Mighty. I get better flavor. I might need to fucking refresh this chat a bit, chat. See how far behind I am. Well, I'm going to go down to the bottom a little bit. Really for a scam, time to toke. You said it, bruh. Any feedback on Alternaleaf? My partner's with Alternaleaf. I will go back to some of these other comments, by the way. I'm just going to jump down here for a little bit and proper confuse myself. Yeah, my missus is with Alternaleaf, and she generally has no problems with how they work and what she pays, but they show a lot of flour on their website that you can order, but when it comes to actually ordering it, not very much of it is in stock. There's a lot of no new requests. So yeah, again, do that. Like, I'm not gonna recommend. The only clinic I can personally recommend is my Medica, because that's the only clinic I've been with for nearly 2 years. Never been with any other clinic, so I can't say how they are, how they run, what their service is like. All I can do is say about my Medica. Do you know what I'm saying? I did the video on Medican because it is a free clinic. So if someone's looking to sign up for a free clinic, or they just want to see if they're eligible and not have to pay out anything, then yeah, Medican always my recommendation if someone's trying to save money and stuff. So right, yeah, that being said, I am going to proper confuse myself if I stay down there in the chat. So I'm going to go back up here a minute. This is just a little like check though. 140, 76 likes. Come on, chat. You can click the like button. Just click it or something, man. Yeah, I appreciate you, bros. Right, where do we get to? We were there. I've got a VZ and a Mighty. Get better flavor, and the heat up is much quicker on the VZ. Mighty, however, has much longer heat up time, but the battery lasts much longer. Yeah, I know the VD is a little bit longer to heat up. It's not as quick as the Venti though. Like the Venti is 20 seconds. As I always say, like I don't know if me repeating stuff on here, people are like, "Oh, for fuck's sake, he's saying this again." But I just don't know how many people are regulars and how many people are not. But I've had the Crafty Plus, I've had the Mighty, and I've had the Venti. And yeah, the difference between heat up time between the Crafty and the Mighty and the Venti is ridiculous. Like after having the Venti for a while, I forgot what I used to do with that extra minute and a half that I had while I was waiting for the medication to heat up or the vaporizer to heat up. Yes, crazy. I've got my on board with Integra on Wednesday. They use IPS, but the price seems higher than other clinics for the same strain and the same pharmacy. I don't really know how Integro work. I did start a series like a few months ago. I was saying, "Oh, yeah, I'm going to do a different clinic breakdown each month," and I've done my Medica because obviously I'm with them and I know exactly how they run. And then trying to dive into other clinics, it was just a bit more complicated than my brain could handle at the time. It was just around sort of when my dad passed away and shit like that. So yeah, my brain was on other shit. But I will actually get round to finishing that series and go through all the clinics and how much they charge and blah blah blah. So yeah, don't worry, I've got you, bros. Anyone with Cantourage? Not heard much about them lately. Yeah, I don't really hear a great deal about Cantourage, to be honest. I know they're there. I don't know if they're concentrating more on the importing side. Obviously, they import a load of flour. So yeah, I don't know if that's what they're concentrating on. I think the design is cool. It would be a really cool tray and grinder set. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like there's so much scope with this initial logo. I know not. I don't know if I need to put it that side. Nah, it's this side. Yeah, I know not a lot of. Well, a few people said that it's not for them. Like this logo looks like a football logo and stuff like that. But I purposely didn't want to have something that was out and like shouting in your face, like with weed leaves and stuff like that, just because I know there's so many more people that use this medication that don't want to shout and scream about it. Um, so yeah, my hope is that this sort of stuff will appeal to like a much larger audience than what like the Tree Masons t-shirts with the weed fucking lungs and stuff like that. I love all that. I love all that. Don't get me wrong, but I know full well that there's people out there that don't rate that sort of stuff and don't want to shout and scream about it. So my idea with the patient club is to be a bit more subtle and yeah, something that sort of like a businessman or like someone chav like me could wear. Do you know what I mean? So yeah. Let's go, champ. You got this. Yeah, boy. Rich Stewart, how you doing, sir? Evening, people. On the Medica, do you have to order once a month or can I order multiple times? So personally, myself, I've got a 60 gram a month limit. I will generally order 40 grams first and then save myself a little cheeky 20 grams for yeah, if something new comes out or if I run out or yeah, just want to try something. So yeah, you don't have to order it all at once with Medica. That was a sort of semi-long answer there. Have you ever tried the edible gummies on Medical? I have indeed. Did talk about it. I don't know if you were there. They're all right. I think they're quite pricey for what they are, for like the strength in them. But yeah, like I said, they've got a purpose. So. Just waiting on a VZ in the post. I have blueberry and banana at the minute. Not bad at all, bro. What size my what? Feet? 12. And yes, it's true what they say. Big feet, big socks. Drawstring's no good if your engine is running, as in car engine. Yeah, no, I get you, bro. Yeah, I don't like drawstrings. Every time I make my food, I dip in the gravy and shit like that. It's not a good look. Yeah, looks sick. Thank you very much, Molly. Smokie, Cole Saunders. Big up, dude. Willing to give Medica a go. Nice one, bro. I have got a link. I can't pin a second link, but I have got a link to sign up to Medica. If anyone uses that link, then it just gives the channel I can't fucking speak tonight. What's going on, chat? It just gives the channel a little bit of bounce back. I can't pin a second link and I can't be asked to find it. But if you go to my website, which is www.smokiemcgreen.com, then go to the link section. There is a bit that says Medica. If you click on that, that will take you to the sign up page. And yeah, like I'm not forcing anyone. You can sign up through your own or like to the actual main Medica page. It makes no odds to me. Do you know what I mean? I'm not pushing that. I am not a salesman, but it's there if you want to use it. Yo, yo, yo. Jason Clark, big up, dude. It's another regular red beard. I wouldn't say it's like totally red. Oh, you mean the strain? I see what you did there. Mick Finders Keepers. How are we doing, sir? How are we doing? Mocky Gelato, yes, that is a beautiful strain. Pucker Up, not tried that one. Skittles, no medical though. Ooh, cheeky. Cheeky. Do you think he has stage fright? Who, me? I might do on the 6th of March on this meet and greet. Fucking hell. The more I think about it, the more anxious I get. Like, oh my God, man. Just about to spark a 1G bat of Plantation Ceres Rainbow Vape. Rainbow Vape? Rainbow Parve. Nice. Got my words back to front then, me letters. How much the hoodie's going to be? I don't know yet, Big Bud Review. I'm not doing this to make a profit or anything like that. I want to keep them as reasonably priced as possible. So yeah, I'm just waiting. Like I said, I went to the facility on Friday to choose the quality of the hoodies that I want because they had like 10 or 12 different hoodies you can choose. So yeah, I've chosen the quality. She said she was going to get back to me with prices, but I'm going to get on the phone to her first thing tomorrow morning and chase that up because let me get a drink. Because quite a lot of people seemed keen on the Facebook page for it. So yeah, I want to get things moving whilst the hype is still there and before people forget about it. Do you know what I mean? So I think I might have stumbled onto a good thing, and yeah, I hope you guys agree. Like I said, it'll just be t-shirts and hoodies initially, and then we'll go from there. But the scope to progress is huge. Hit the like, peeps. Yes, Rob Mallion, you tell him, hit that like. Nearly at 100, you've nearly earned yourself a little kiss. So if we get to that 100, you know the deal. What's your view with Alternleaf? I'm hoping to get a prescription soon after a doc's consultation. Yeah, they're all right. Like I said earlier, my missus is with them, and she doesn't generally have a huge problem with them. Their stock list isn't great, but give and take. It's cheap, and at £5 a month, and I think you get £5 back or something like that. Crazy. Do you guys also get weed from street still as well as medical? I don't personally, but I'm sure lots of people do. First legal meds, which I got delivered yesterday in a Tempest. Still feels surreal being legal, that is. Yeah, Mojo, it's crazy, mate. Being legal and having that first delivery to your door is like pinching yourself moment. Like, am I actually, is this happening? Excuse me. That's the roast dinner coming up. Had to see Junkie Permanent Marker this month. Yeah, nice. That was my first one. Well, that's the permanent marker I tried, sorry. I got some of that Duff Bubby you reviewed, bro. On point, bro. Vaping it just now. Nice. Yeah, someone else did message me actually saying that it's not as good as it used to be. But yeah, like that was the first batch that ever came out of that I reviewed. So if blowing kisses aiming at my dog, bro, 103 likes, get it straight at your dog, Jason Clark. Do the hoodies go to size fat? Rob Mallion, they hopefully, I think they go up to 4XL. But don't quote me on that. That's another thing I need to check with the supplier tomorrow. I get black market still, but want to transfer to medical. Molly Lou, it's if you drive, if you like privately rent or even with the council, if you want to take your medication on holiday with you and stuff like that to certain places, then going medical is a no-brainer. Yeah, there's the perks outweigh anything for me personally. Smokie, the new picture for your profile you posted was fire. Thank you very much, Lambert Gobby. Yeah, it's the new branding for 2026. And like, I've had a few people say, "You're not smiling, bro. You look so serious." I'm like, that's the point, man. I want people to think I'm not serious. But yeah, nah. If you know me, then you know I can actually crack a smile occasionally. Does happen. Not very often, but it does happen. But yeah, no, I really rate that new profile picture. I was super impressed when it popped out of my little image generator. I was like, what the hell? Should have kept the pink hair. Nah, pink hair was for Valentine's Day only, bro. Yeah, I saw your frolic video. I'm getting one soon. Cheers. You're welky, Chucky El Chapo. Yeah, the beast device, mate. Lovely little thing. I'll have it fired up in a minute. From Chicago, bro. I got the venti right now. Nice, Chucky. Big up my American followers. There are a few of you out there. Crazy, I know. But yeah, nice, man. Let us know how you get on with it. Just drop a comment on the review video and let us know how you find it. I've tried permanent marker on black market as well, purple punch, and they were both banging. Nice. She's funny dabbing granny. Nice. Yeah, no, I definitely will go and check her out. Let me just refresh this chat and see how many millions of comments behind I am. I don't know why I do that, really. It just stresses me out a little bit more, but it's just an ADHD thing. I'm with Curaleaf and thinking of moving. Not that there's anything bad about the clinic. They're great, but heard other clinics have better variety. Yeah, that's one thing I will say. Like some clinics are very restrictive, and some clinics will tend to want to push their own brand of flower, which is all well and good if you want that flower. But as I was saying to someone on my Facebook earlier, I think a lot of people will join, for example, Curaleaf or Relief, and because they're cheap, and well, Relief not so much, but they join their clinic, they get prescribed their own flower, and then the flower isn't the greatest, and then that person's perception of medical is shit. Whereas if you go with a different clinic who has got a full range of stock that covers like a lot of brands like Medica do, then I find it very hard to look through their stock list and not find 60 grams that I want to try. Like I generally want to try everything, but obviously my allowance doesn't allow that. But yeah, the stock list on different clinics is what sets them apart, as well as the customer service and stuff like that. Smokie, you're not smoking enough. I don't reckon I am. I'll try permanent marker. Oh, I've done that one. Need to bring it back up here a little bit. Seen the list on the portal at IPS, but price is higher for same stock. Okay, that's strange. Yeah, I don't think Integro charged more for flower. I will have to do some digging. My dying fantasy, waiting for my GP to amend my record so I can proceed with my Medica, if they'll even take me now. I hope you're well, Smokie. I'm well, thank you very much. I'm sure they'll take you, mate, as long as you got all your doctor's bits and bobs. One thing with Medica that, again, I will say is a perk is that they will go to your doctor. If you tick a little box and say, yeah, that's cool, they will go to your doctors and do all of that work on your behalf. So yeah, that saves you a bit of stress and a bit of hassle in that sense. Medican still have the Tyson 2.0. Nice. I've gone back to saying thanks for all the informative content, pal. I'm waiting on a clinic to approve me. Then I'll get my first prescription. Big ups. You're welcome, MaxiPad. I'm glad my videos have been helpful to you, bro. Pastels are weak. Yeah, they're not the strongest, but same lead doctor in both clinics. I'm not sure they will onboard me. I don't know. I reckon you'll be all right. I say I can't speak about how the doctors process the onboarding thing. That's well above my pay grade, that one. My first script was Upstate Great Burger. Actually surprised by it, to be fair. Really nice one. Nice enough. I got it again. Nice. Yeah, it's always good when you find a flower you can reorder and like be happy with it. That is the main goal, I think, for everyone, to find a consistent strain that you're like, yeah, this does bits for me. Let's get it again. And that Golden Gorf is definitely one of them. Or as it's now affectionately known in the Smokie community, Golden Girth. I've only got myself to blame for that one. Do you also have to buy a certain amount a month? No, you don't have to buy it all. Like I said, I'm prescribed 60 grams a month. If I don't buy all that 60 grams, there's no drama. Your limit won't get dropped the next month or anything. That sort of stays with you. UK Medical Bud 420, you're late. Yeah, you are. It's all right, though. I won't hold it against you. But you got to make sure you've hit that like button, though. That's the only terms and conditions about you being late. I like the stream because I'm not a mug. Good man, Mr. Terps. Love all of that. Alternatively, if you can buy a second script, although I was given the choice on the first script. Nice. Per marker from Seed Junkie is average. Fair one, bro. Like I said, I had it when it was fresh, when it first came. It was fairly decent. That was probably a couple of months ago now, so it's probably dipped off a bit by now, as does everything after time. Parvy S1 is one of my favourites. Yeah, Smalls basically selling bottoms. I'll give you them guys. Let me send you my shipping address, Mr. 420 UK. 4C Labs pucker up now, £55. Nice. Actually, mugs would make great merch. Yeah, that's another thing they can do, mugs. If anyone wanted a mug, we could sort that out. I've got a load of merch still from like Bournemouth Cannabis Club when I used to run that. But back in those days, I actually had to buy a load of like stuff. Like I had to say, like I wanted like 20 hoodies in different sizes and 20 t-shirts. But nowadays, because it's 2026, you can get like print on demand places. And luckily, the print on demand place that I've gone to, like I said earlier, is local. The place that I got this hoodie from, the uh, the website was American. The hoodie was printed in Latvia and sent from Latvia. So, and it came 5 days later than it said it was going to come. And I thought, if that's not a good start for a sample, do you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I went out, gone local, and it should be all good. Touch wood. More poems for you. Poems live. Is Safari Dank Wafers from Nordic Growers familiar at all, Smokie? Never heard of it, mate, to be honest. Yeah, after researching all of them, I like the sound of either Medica or Medican. Which would you suggest? I gave my views earlier on. Like it's entirely up to you. I'm not going to say one way or the other. It's yeah, it's your call, bro. Or sorry, lady dude, Molly. Heading to New York City on holiday in a couple of weeks. Has anyone been and tried out the dispensaries? Really looking forward to trying them out. Yeah, no, I've not been personally, but I would love to do that. Definitely on my bucket list to go out there. And yeah, hopefully at some point that will happen and all my dreams will come true. Can I ask chat a real question? I plan to go with Curaleaf. Pros and cons, please. You can ask chat. They've probably answered for me, but I would say don't, man. Hi, mate. I had my first consultation today and they said they'll get back to me tomorrow. 30G dry herb. Nice. I failed medical with my Medica. They refunded me. Sorry to hear that, dude. Yeah, like I said, if anyone wants to try and go medical and not have to pay anything, then Medican is always a good choice. You know what I mean? So yeah. Oh, that's sad. How come you got refused? If you don't mind me asking. Generally, like obviously, I don't know this person's situation, but generally, people will only get refused if they've got psychosis or another mental health condition, which I can't think of off the top of my head, which the chat will probably chat for me. But yeah, there's only generally a couple of reasons that you will get refused. I'm loyal to my Medica for the quality and service, but seeing Parve for 35 quid elsewhere is breaking my heart. It's probably low dated or short dated, sorry. That's be why it's so cheap. Transfer from Curaleaf to my Medica tomorrow. Nice, good choice. Check out my website for a handy little link to do just that. Hello, matey. I have to order 60G of something, 50 quid for 10G. Can you recommend me something, please? The Watermelon Skittles by HWB or HMB, it was smalls. It was 55 quid. It wasn't amazing on the nose, but effect-wise, it's bang on. Do you know what I mean? I can't grumble for the effects. Yeah, it's just if you're looking to open a bag and be like, what's this? It's not one of them, but it's effects-wise, it's bang on bill. Can we attend the Bristol Smoke Loud event on the UK event on the 6th with medical cannabis, but not a vaporizer at Green? Neil Wright. I'm gonna say I don't know. I would imagine because it's a medical lounge that it would be medical use only, i.e., with a vaporizer. But yeah, I don't know personally. But I'm sure if that's not allowed, we could go for a little walk around the road or around the block or something like that and have a little smoke, if that's your thing, of course. Not that I would ever do that because that's very naughty. Oh, that's shitty. Sorry to be so. I'm sorry. Had mine changed like 3 times already. To be fair, it's annoying the amount of emails I've had to send. Yeah, it can be annoying with the contact. How old am I, Smokie? How old am I, Smokie? How old are you, Smokie? I am 45, Rich Swift. I'm not going to make the fatal mistake of asking chat how old they think I am again, because last time I got massively offended and cried myself to sleep all that night. So yeah, I'm 45, mate. Memedica are good, but they could certainly improve in some areas. They are slow to get flour, and a lot of the times tend to fail to stock a lot of the cheaper options. Entire big nasty medical budget range is missing. Yeah, they don't stock everything on there. But like I said, time to take. I generally don't have huge issues with the stock. Like most things that I want to try are there. Like the only thing that in recent times that I've had to wait a little bit of time to try was the Sea Junkie permanent marker, but it did arrive eventually. But yeah, like I said about the big nasty medical, I think they're going. You have to be with big nasty medical to get their flour. I think that's what's going down, bro. Venti is ace if you don't mind cleaning it. The flavour is much better if you put flour straight in a bowl, and man thinks. Rob Mallon, yeah, I always use the dosing capsules, if I'm honest. I know people say there's a difference in the taste between using a dosing capsule and not using a dosing capsule, but I personally love the taste using the dosing capsule, so yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind, and it keeps the venti so clean as well. Like mine's still like brand new, like it's never been used. I transferred from Curaleaf to Memedica, got their GG4, lavender cake, and GMO times Z. All terrible. Was so disappointed. I'm hoping this next one's better. Transferred from Curaleaf to Memedica and got. Okay. They all sound like Curaleaf strains anyway that you got. I don't know if I read that right or not. Oh, it's late in the evening, isn't it? I would prefer it to be stealth and only people that know the badge. Yeah, exactly that. My thinking as well. Big up your bad self. Time to take. Great channel. Your channel has some great videos of flowers. Nice. Lavender cake is in it. IPS. Nice. Much love, Mr. 420. Yeah. Anyone tried blueberry fuego? I did try that when it first came out, and it was indeed very nice. Not tried any recent batches, but yeah. Gonna try rosin cart from Montu for the first time. Any recommendations? The only one I've ever tried was the clear leaf wedding cake, and that was very nice. Still got half of it left because it fucking messes with my tolerance, but yeah, they are good fun. Good fun for a weekend. Do you have to buy a certain amount every month? Nope, you don't. Smokie, have you heard anything more about Medicon in May? Yes, sir. There's loads of shit going down about Medicon, mate. If you check the Facebook page or the Instagram page, yeah, there's loads of people or loads of notifications of people attending and shit. So, yeah, it's going to be huge. I cannot wait. I was not interested in medical until I see a YouTube video about police driving under the influence charge for cannabis. Yeah, that's what I mean. Medical is a game changer for the legal side of it. Cole Streitberger, evening, sir. I've been adding hops to my venti after cleaning. Same saves wasting bud, getting rid of that new clean taste. Nice. Do a cap with the design. Yep, I am going to do a cap with the design. The only thing is, I want to do a cap, and it would have to be embroidered. And the current logo, so hard pointing backwards. The current logo, the bit underneath, it says established 2018, which is obviously a nod to that medical cannabis has been legal since 2018, not how long the brand has been established. That bit established 2018 is really small. So when you get something embroidered, that would just look a mess. So I did say this to the company that I'm getting the clothing from, and they said that they've got an in-house design team, so they could potentially redesign the logo or get rid of that established 2018 or make it bigger to make it better for embroidery. But yeah, obviously I love a good baseball cap, so caps are definitely on the menu. Someone else has heard a few sources say current Def Bubba isn't as good as old batches. Yeah, it does. I've heard actually that a lot of 4C stuff is falling off. But just seeing the question there, doesn't Bournemouth have a cannabis club now? No, sir. That was me that was running that, and I gave up when I fell out with young Gregory, and I wanted nothing else to do with the UKCSC. And then that's when Smokie McGreen was born, around the same time. It's wonderful. Oh my God, I'm down south, but it's been raining like every day. Yes, Molly, I'm in Bournemouth, and it's been pissing it down most of this week. It's not been great. I can't believe I can just walk through the airport with my script on me. Yeah, mate, it's 2026 is mad. 2025, like since 2018, it's been mad. But the last couple of years, more people are knowing about it, and more people are jumping on board and knowing what they can and can't do with it. And it still blows my mind why people that consume black market aren't signing up to medical. Like, do you not want to be covered for driving? What the hell? I don't drive, luckily, but I want to get on with it, to be fair, and start driving. Yeah, it's always a bonus. Be a part of the patient club. Yeah, Neil Wright, you got it, man. Men in black sunglasses, no smile. Matt Wickham. I do smile occasionally, and the prompts that I got put the sunglasses on me. But if I took the sunglasses off, I was cross-eyed in the picture, like. Okay. So yeah, it would have made people laugh. Then I would have got away with not smiling. But yeah, like I said, if you know me, then you know I smile. Shouldn't be an issue. But if you ask my family, they'll be like, that's just a normal picture of him. What are you going on about? Yo, dude, what's got better terps, orange cake or golden gorf? So again, I've not tried it recently, but I have heard that the new batch of gelato orange cake isn't as good as it used to be. So I'm going to say golden gorf. And I had the gelato orange cake probably 7-8 months ago. It's quite a long time ago. And I just remember it being like really zesty. And yeah, the golden gorf is exactly the same. And like I said in my review that I dropped earlier on this evening at 4:20, it's got some proper power to it, but not in a couch lock way, just to like your brain's like, we need to get this task done and we need to get it done now. And you're just like locked in. Excuse me. Shout out Benidorm Benny Bud, guys, a legend. Yes, bro. Big up to him, whoever he is. Depends what terps you're after, mate. And don't forget the flavonoids. Ooh, big words. It's mad driving around and not having to stress the police. Born in 77, it's great. Yes, bro. I was born in 80 and I can fully agree. I've done my time of driving around with like fucking a grinder full of weed or like a bag full of weed and like just seeing a police car, like a few cars behind you, and then just sat there like bumhole clenched, tight, palms sweaty, knees weak, arms heavy. Yeah, it's fucking don't have to do that. Although saying that, I did have a police in front of me. It was an unmarked Volvo XC90 the other day, and they were driving real slow, like 20 mile an hour. And generally, I would have just overtaken them, but I knew that it was an undercover because you could see like the little lights on the back bumper. And yeah, they followed me. Well, they were in front of me all of my route home, and I was like, for fuck's sake, man. But yeah, I did get a little bit nervous, but you don't need to be. You don't need to be. You're covered. But yeah, the anxiety is real, isn't it? We've had so many years of having to worry about it. The fact that now we don't have to worry about it, it's just fucking mind blown. Welcome to 2026. Molly Lou is going to go for it. You definitely should, Molly Lou. I think with medical, you're best giving it some Boveda and jar time. Yes, I always do that. Scottish Firefly. Every bit of flour I get will always end up in a jar, or at the very least have a Boveda stuck in there. Schizophrenia, yeah, that's the one I missed out earlier. Just having a little browse on the chat. I'm I'm with Medican and it's been really good. Only had to have 5-minute phone conversations and they activate the app and you can go and buy 60 grams a month to start with. Buzzing, Sandy. Living the dream. Yeah, that's one thing I will say. Like a lot of people worry about consultations, but generally it's only like a 5-minute call. Yeah, it's not, and the doctors are trained to deal with cannabis. It's not like going to see your general doctor where you have to try and hide that shit from them. Do you know what I mean? It's sound. Yeah, that's good. Medica sounds like a good choice. Very good choice, in my opinion. Got my first appointment Thursday. Your videos definitely helped. Keep it going, bro. Thank you very much, DWH. I will definitely keep it going. Like the last couple of weeks, I said it in my video earlier, I've had so much support and love. It's fucking crazy. Like, if like back like 18, 19, 20 months ago, I can't remember exactly how long ago it was I started doing YouTube. But back then, if you'd have said to me, where do you think you're going to be in sort of 18, 20 months time, I would not have told you this would be where I would thought I would be. Yeah, it's fucking crazy. It's mind blowing, man. But yeah, like I will always say, I think I just jumped on it at the right time and I was doing something that sort of no one else was doing at the time. And I think the fact that I studied a bit of like YouTube growth as well as like trying to research my niche as well, or like find a niche. Yeah, I think the research I did on the YouTube side of things as well as everything else helped me to get to where I am now. And obviously, of course, I've got the face that fucking you guys obviously love. But yeah, no, I genuinely appreciate the fucking support, man. It's crazy. Crazy. I'm essentially getting to live my dream. Well, not quite live my dream because I'm not getting paid for it. But doing something that I fucking love and yeah, getting to help people, and the fact that loads of people are like, man, I can't believe how much you've helped me, or your video helped me, or this video got me signed up to medical. And yeah, that's why I do this shit. That's what I always say. Anyway, fucking hell. Got all deep then and he started crying and shit. Fucking hell. Got harassed on Air France flight. Unfortunately, I had my travel letter. I'm starting a campaign to get better training for air crews. Graham Steele, big up yourself, dude. Yeah, any thing we can do to get the point across needs to be done, whether that's just small anonymous emails to like counsellors or fucking police and shit like that, or actually go into these places and voicing your concerns if you've got the not social skills but the ableness to be able to go and do that, then yeah, you definitely should. And I know not everyone is in a position to be able to do that, and that's absolutely fine. Do you know what I mean? And that's another reason why I founded the Patient Club. By patients, for patients. We're gonna have to get a little jingle made up for that as well. If anyone's a jingle maker, hit me up, man. I need at least 3 jingles doing, and I can't do them on fucking AI. So, well done on bringing out merch. I'll support and buy. Nice one, Scottish Crypto. Thank you very much. Like I said, I'm not looking to get rich off of this. I just want something for people to be able to rep and not have to worry about it having fucking weed leaves all over it. Next week, my Medica's going to be rammed, quite possibly. Doesn't Bournemouth fan of? Oh, I've read that one. Hit the like button, folks. I just did. Nice one, Neil Wright. Yeah, 126 people have hit that like button. Once we're over 100 likes on, it's calm, bro. Calm, bro. Yeah, it's all good. I just imagine in my head that like 100 likes is the point, and YouTube are like, right, he's doing cool. Just fucking keep pumping it. Keep getting people in there. Drag them in. Someone banging pots and pans on the fucking YouTube homepage. When's the hash coming? Any idea? Don't know, mate. Still waiting. Been waiting since like October, November, maybe a little bit before that of last year. Just never seems to appear. Yeah, free consultations at Mexican. Yeehaw! Fair comment. He obviously means Medican, but Hi, bro. Would you say the Golden Gorth is better than the 8888888? Gelato Orange Cake? Yeah, I did say earlier that it's. I would rate it up there, mate. It's definitely in my top 5. I'd probably say it's in my top 3, to be honest, because it's just every time I open a bag, even now, it's just like, get inside me. Find is a good Memedica supplier. Have you tried? Find, I believe, is something to do with Curaleaf. Dry heave. Or grow, one of the two. Something like that. Have you tried the Halle Berry non-irradiated from Memedica? What are your thoughts? I haven't tried that, mate. I have not tried that. Smokie's keeping it real in the medical scene, so can't argue with that. And yeah, I get you. No worries. I will always keep it real, mate. That's like I am. Like I said earlier on, I am a patient. Like first and foremost, you know what I mean. So shit I'm doing is to benefit patients long term. It's not for like my gain or anything like that. It's yeah. I'm not a paid plant like some people would like, or shill is the word I think people like to use. That's the word I've seen dashed about on Reddit a few times. Smokie's a fucking shill. No, I'm not, you bellend. Fuck off. Anyway, that was my professional response to that. Legitimate and fully covered legally is the right way to go about it, no doubt, especially because if possible prison sentences for illicit weed. So fair point, Smokie. I agree. Thank you very much for agreeing with me, Neil. Right. What's your vape called? My vape is called, that one is called a Limelight Frolic. I've also got a Stores and Bickle Venti. And I also use the Dynavaps. They're my portables to go to. Mocky Gelato was nice. Want to try Rainbow Pie. Anyone tried? I'm sure someone in the chat has tried it. Like I said, if it's anything like the Mocky, then it'll be beautiful. Medical cannabis is in fact getting much better. Anyone agree? Definitely agree, Neil, right? I'm all about that, mate. I've done a couple of videos or a couple of shorts over on my Facebook and Instagram. You've got a Facebook and Instagram, Smokie. Did I not tell you? Shit, son. Yeah, if you're not following me on Facebook, there's no logo there. Oh, it's not my video. Yeah, if you go and follow me on Facebook and Instagram, then you'll get a bit more of an insight into my like everyday life, if that's your thing. And yeah, I'll just generally tend to post a bit more shit on there. But yeah, I don't even know what that question was really. But good night, Mummy McGreen. Not yet. We've got about another 10 minutes before Mummy McGreen goes to bed, I think. And I have already pre-typed a message because I'm getting used to these lives. I've pre-typed a message. So all I've got to do when she sends the message across, ping, hit that send button, boom. That way I don't miss any more chats. And yeah, I'm so clever. Do you know what I'm saying? Every day is a school day. Been with Memedica just over a year now. No regrets going to MC. Had some bangers in that time and seems like it's getting better all the time. Mr. Trouty, definitely getting better all the time. Is Dr. Watson any good? Never heard of it. I'm on my second Venti. I think they're bad for error codes. That new one Smokie is using might be good if the airflow is good as a Venti. Yeah, mate, it's adjustable airflow on that. You just turn this little knobby thing here, and then obviously if it's in the wrong direction, you can take the mouthpiece off and turn it to a direction that suits you. But the airflow is exactly the same, if not better, than the Venti I found. Yeah, it's good airflow. Love all of that. Sophie Turner, Love Island finished, is it? I would personally pass on this Death Bubba batch. I wasn't impressed. Yeah, nice. Like I said, you're not the first person to say that. Yeah, but going back to the Venti error codes, I would say that a lot of people I've seen that have had error codes pop up are either blowing into the device, which obviously you shouldn't do, or they're dropping it. Like I've seen a few people drop them and they're flashing up EO4 errors. But that being said, the Stores and Bickle customer service is generally pretty good. Like I've seen people just have to send a video of like the error code or someone trying to switch the Venti on, and then a video of the serial number on the back. And then Stores and Bickle are sending them a new one and letting them keep the old one. So if you're like of a clever disposition, you could get the other one fixed and sell it, or keep the other one as a spare. But yeah, you can't fault Stores and Bickle for customer service, I don't think. I only just got my first venti about a month ago, and I'm on my second volcano. Nice. Volcanoes are generally pretty good. Volcanoes tend to last forever. I help out in a server, and the amount of UK members that say they're happy with black market blows my mind. Yeah, it's crazy, Sophie. It's just horses for courses, isn't it? If that's what suits you, then that's what suits you. Like, not everyone has got access to plugs that have got the best of the best. You know what I mean? Some people have only got plugs that can get Stardog or fucking some shit like that. But that's not for me personally. Anyone? Any recommendations on vapes under £200? The VZ is around that price, I reckon. I can't recommend that personally. I've never tried it, but a lot of people rate it. I would always try and go spend as much as you can on a vaporizer, because generally the ones I've had that aren't, or that are cheaper, are not as good as what I've got if I spent out a bit more. So yeah, always try and spend a bit more on a vape, because otherwise you're going to have a bad time. And also, if you're coming from smoking, Dynavaps are a good shout. But ding, that'll be Mummy McGreen. And here we go. Boom. One message sent. And I'm still with the chat. Fuck me. We are clever. Has anyone tried the Vasco strains, Parve Runts, or the Blueberry? I've tried one of the Vasco. There's a Blue Lobster, wasn't it? I've tried Blue Lobster. Yeah, that was all right. Not happy with the price, but hey, we don't set the prices. I'm just here patiently waiting for Kamango Kush to come back in stock. My medic haven't had it for months. I hope it's not one they've stopped ordering in. Yeah, I don't know. I don't generally tend to get much Aurora stuff, if I'm honest. So it's not one that I keep a lookout for in the formulary. But yeah, if there's not strains in there, it's always worth emailing them and checking. And if it's something that they've had in stock before, which obviously Kamango Kush they have, then you can get that pharmacy. You can get your script sent to a different pharmacy, as long as Medica have stocked it before. So yeah. Cheers, buddy. That's a cool name for medical cannabis users who are serious about medicating legally. Thank you very much, Neil Wright. I thought that as well. I'm feeling potent, productive, pungent, and peppy. Ooh, peppy. Nice. What's up, King Chiller? I'm not even going to refresh the chat. I'm just going to get through these first. What percentage of terps are lost via radiation? I reckon high 80s. I don't know. It depends on the amount of radiation that the flowers had. One good example that I can give that I have tried is the Super Seed range of flowers. Those guys actually send their flower to Australia to be irradiated, and what they do is they get the numbers that the MHRA have set them for what it's got to be. They see what number their flower is at, and they adjust the radiation dose to just get past those numbers. So it's getting very little irradiation, and that showed in the Super Seeds grape cookies that I tried, because the flower, the nugs were huge, the flower was sticky, the terps were insane. Yeah, it was. You can tell the difference between a good batch of irradiated and not. But like someone else in the chat said earlier, the main thing that will govern how irradiation affects the flower is how well it's grown initially. If the flower's been grown shit, then the end results, irradiated or not, are going to be shit. But if it's grown shit and it's irradiated, then it's going to be double shit. So generally, but like I said, there are more suppliers out there that are doing bits with the irradiation and knowing that it doesn't need to be fucking super blasted with Hulk levels of radiation to get it past those numbers that the MHRA want to see. Mary J and Spanavis around 50 to 60 euros. So why 160 for UK Medicon? Don't know, bro. I don't set the prices, mate. Talking about venti codes. It's hard to detach from the stigma sometimes. Still feel like a criminal. Yeah, like I said, that's years of fucking propaganda. That's what people from London do when they're looking through shop windows. They have a propaganda. Didn't know I did jokes, did you? That's what happens when I start to need to get medication inside me. Start going all weird and that. Start thinking I'm hilarious. They didn't make me send back the broken one, so I have two. Yeah, nice. But they have defo made improvements since the original models. Yeah, nice. I got the original one. Like mine is one of the first ones that came out. I paid 400 notes for mine. I think it's 420 actually. It's convenient, isn't it? But yeah, it's like I said, the venti for me has been worth that money all day long because it's just been a powerhouse. You know what I mean? It's there when you need it. I'm quitting until medical patients can grow their own. I refuse to give the government or street dealers my money for bunk. You tell them, Jay Balance. Fight the power, bro. Had my appointment Wednesday with Curaleaf and approved for 60 grams and oil each month. Can't wait for riding season to start. Ain't going to be paranoid about getting pulled now. Nice, mate. Yeah. Perks. 60G. I got over 400G on Medican when they reduce Kim Sweet Diesel. Nice. 400G. Fuck me. You got some money, boy. Yeah, I was looking at Medicon. The price just put me off. Not about patience. I have got a 10% discount code, if that's going to help. But like I said, I don't set the prices, mate. It's one of them, isn't it? It will only be a matter of time before someone on medical flower has a crash. And if it happens enough times, they will stop people driving on medical cannabis. I'm sure people have had crashes on medical cannabis, bro. There's like nearly 100,000 patients out there nowadays. The chances of it not happening are very slim. So, yeah. My biggest recommendation, though, would be to have a dash cam. If you've got a dash cam in your car, then you can prove your method of driving wasn't impaired or you were doing everything as you should be. You weren't thinking you were Colin McRae on the fucking Lombard RAC rally horse. I'll show my age there. Fucking hell. Lombard RAC rally? Jesus. Is everyone still here? Yeah, still got 140 people here. Don't know if I was like chatting to myself. Does anyone find 60G a month a joke? Needs to be increased massively. Big up your channel, Smokie. Thank you very much. Paul, I would say just tell them you're needing to go back to black market. Your limit isn't enough. Generally, they will bump you up a little bit. 4 days, no THC. You'll be fighting alligators in your sleep soon. What's your go-to bedtime strain that's in stock? At the moment, it is Mutant Tire Fire is my bedtime jam. And it certainly does the trick. I don't know if it's the electric blanket that I'm still rocking on my bed or yeah, the fact the Mutant Tire Fire is kicking my ass. But yeah, I'm enjoying that a lot. Right, let's get this. I can load it up. Using the old Fat Man scoop. Get rid of that. Do these weed companies grow their own weed or do they all have to source it from a company that just grows it? So the clinics don't grow it themselves. The clinics will buy it off of growers, essentially. Like I said, a lot of our flower comes from Canada at the moment. And yeah, I just think that Canada have got to the stage now with their legality that their growers are growing more than enough to cover their black market, their rec market, and everything. And they've just got an abundance of it because obviously they've got huge facilities out there and they're doing it proper. They've had years more of experience of doing that. So generally the flower tends to be of a better quality. So yeah, in answer to your question, long story short, no, the clinics don't grow their own. I got my first consultation in 3 weeks. My ASD is going mad over it. Keep thinking stuff. I'm going with my Medica. Nice one, Cybrina. If you check out my channel, it's probably about 7 or 8 videos ago. If you go to my channel and click on videos, there is a first consultation video that I've done to help people, tell them what to say, what not to say. And yeah, generally it's got a good amount of feedback. And a lot of people have come back and said, fucking hell, that video helped me a lot. So yeah, I would always recommend going to check that out. Got my second appointment with Alternaleaf tomorrow. I hope I get a decent script. Nice one. Fingers crossed, Dome Molder. My Medica is amazing, though. They're fully prepared for an influx of new patients at all times. It never slows down deliveries. Yeah, if anything, deliveries are getting quicker at the moment. Like it took 3 days from me putting in my order to actually receiving it, the last order. And I didn't even have to shout or like say, do you know who I am? So that's good service. Hey, Rastas, greetings from East Sussex. Greetings right back at you, sweetest Fraulein. Murdered that last bit. But I got the 4C Death Bubba and it was awesome. Nice. Yeah, the first batch was nice. Cannot comment on other batches, though. How are we doing on the chat? Not too bad. Not too bad. He says. Oh, there we go. Is my Medica the one? Currently with Relief and just had first month. Trying to convert from 30 years of rolling, now vaping, but not impressed with strains I've ordered. I'm offered. Good work, mate. Thank you very much, Martin Woodward. Yeah, Relief are one of the clinics I said earlier are a bit restrictive around what flower they will prescribe. Just please don't base your thoughts and opinions on medical around like the service you're receiving at the moment or the flower you're receiving, because there is a lot of better flower out there with different clinics. So yeah, just do your research with which clinics are out there. Try and get. I know it's hard if you're not actually signed up to know what clinic has what stock. That's where MedBud Wiki tends to come in clutch, because they will have a lot of information over there for patients. So yeah, just I would always recommend that. But like I said, different clinics have different flower. They should all be able to get the same flower, but they don't. Obviously, some want to push their own brand. And yeah. Halle Berry is the shit. Proper blue cheese. Like, oh, nice. Do you like a cheesy one? You like a frolic? I do like a frolic. What stations did Relief offer you for your first month? Strains? Yeah. Ignore the hate of Smokie. It's just jealousy. Yeah, boy. I'm a firm believer of that. Like, I know I get. Yeah, I'm not even going to go into it. It's not for you boys and girls to worry about, is it? It's my problem. But yeah, fuck them. If they don't like it, fuck them. Good night. It's going past my bedtime and Georgia Pie capsules are calling to my vaporizer. Good night, Cornish Maid. Thank you very much for joining in. She's probably well gone by now. Waffling on for ages I've been. Smokie McGreen, you can set text to send auto at a time you set. Yeah, I'll fucking... Like, people say you can set the times, but when I go onto my options to set for the live, there's no options. The only thing I can do is to stop people batch commenting, like to stop people spamming the text consistently. Gives them like a 60-second timeout between each message. But yeah, it's all good. Tonight's not been as stressful for me. So it might be stressful for some of you guys waiting for an answer for my questions, but apples and bananas cookies is my current fave. Nice. Out of 6 I had, Mocky was way better than any other. Yeah, the Mocky gelato was very nice. I got it twice in a row. That's how nice it was. I might start a cheap venti fix service. You'd be inundated, I reckon, mate. Grayscale's pineapple grapes. Anyone tried? Think it's new on my Medica. Oh, nice. that does sound like something that I would go for. Do like something pineapple leaning. Let's have this then, shall we? Stop fucking talking about it. Session, no, let's go on demand. We're just going to go 170 because I don't want to clip up another short of me busting a lung and my eyeballs nearly coming out. But yeah, show you how quick it heats up. Well, you can't see because it's not fucking focused. It just heated up there at 5 seconds. I'm on the no, but the Grayscales Flapjack is really good. I would try more from that brand. Tasty. Watching Love Island on catch up. I actually forgot it's back on tonight. Skills. I just sent them the videos with the error codes and they sent fucking hours. How far behind I am. Appreciate the content, mate. Helps me to get on the process and advise my mate about your videos and content. And he is now a happy prescribed guy. Love to hear that, mate. You are more than welcome. But Medica never does discounts, Smokie. I don't believe they do, yeah. I'll drop it in my next staff meeting. Joking. Yeah, no, some people have said about like they're not being, or their short dated flour not being discounted. It's something I can put to them. Do you know what I mean? It's not like I speak to anyone in particular there to direct these sort of comments at them, but it's something I can voice on like from a patient concern side of things, I guess. I'm a middle-aged bohemian woman who wears cardigans and Birkenstocks. I'm not street smart at all. Lol. A 12-year-old would rip me off. I also live somewhat rural. No dealers here. Exactly that. And that is exactly where medical comes in clutch because you can get it delivered straight to your door. Same age Smokie, June 80 would have seen the scene change at the same time. We had green when everyone was still on soap bar, when horticultural college near Leamington, proper hotbed for early growers. Yeah, mate, I started off on solid. I'm not ashamed to admit it. I am that old. Shit one, you're not monetized, not showing any green. Yeah, mate, it's I always knew setting out that I wasn't gonna be monetized on here, really. It's just one of them, innit? Shit happens. But I'm having fun. I'm learning a new skill. I get to chat to some fucking awesome people. And yeah, I've made some great connections for you guys. So it's been beautiful. What we at time wise? I'm going to have 7 more minutes. I like to keep these to an hour and a half. So let me refresh the chat. And there we go. Oh, we're nearly caught up on comments anyway. It's all good. Big up Colin McRae. Yeah, boy. Yeah, Mutant TIE Fire is the one. I got high tolerance. That does me. Yeah, it's nice. Was it 30%? Yeah, 30%. Kicks like a mule. A man would like to be allowed to grow his own. Interesting, it sounds. And the house would smell great. Yeah, growing your own is nice. But the added paranoia that comes with, pardon me, potentially having your fucking door smashed in by Her Majesty's finest is not the best. According to Google, the UK is one of the biggest exporters of medical cannabis in the world. I don't believe that's true. Canada, oh yeah, it's one of the biggest. It's not the biggest, like a lot of people tend to say. Canada is now one of, or the biggest exporter of medical cannabis. Just a last little call for a click of the like button. If you haven't yet, if you can't hear me, you at the back. Yeah, you at the back. Give the like button a little click, please. I'd really appreciate it. How is it from down under? G'day, mate. Just wanted to thank you for your advice. Trip to the UK successfully. No issues with meds. Oh, happy days, Saxelby. Love to hear that, mate. That's fucking amazing. Just out of interest, if you're still here, what clinic did you approach over here to get yourself covered? That would be handy for people to know in the chat, I would imagine. Good evening, all. Blueberry cookie vape one side and watermelon splash the other side. Vape cart. 9 months with Memedica. Like them. Nice one, Ultravires. You got yourself one of these little DC 650s, have you? A little double vape cart mod. You know. Can't wait to get better choice. Can't wait to go to Memedica. Seems like you get better choice. Yeah, like I've never had a problem with the choice on Memedica. Unfortunately, not every clinic is going to please everyone. Like same with life, innit? You can't please everyone, but for those that don't like it, there's always a different clinic. So, yeah, boy. There's over 140 strains on Memedica. I've been shuffling my order around for about a week now. Mate, it's terrible. I've just started going newest first, like clicking the filter newest first. Like I know everything else that's on there, and if nothing that jumps out to me that makes me think, yeah, I'm going to reorder that again, then newest first normally keeps me covered. They are not the cheapest, but choice and service very good. Easy to deal with staff. Yeah, customer service is solid. Like back in the early days when I joined them off the back of probably like when Drew gave them a shout out on his channel. And yeah, they were fucking, you could just imagine in their office, they're like phones ringing all the time, like constantly 24 hours, fucking people running around the office. Because you can imagine the sort of reach he's got when he shouts about something, people are like, fuck, I need to do that. So yeah, they got super busy, and there was loads of times early days when you'd be ringing in and you'd be sat there for like an hour, maybe 2 hours, just trying to fucking speak to someone. You would get a quicker response email, but I would always want to speak to someone first. And yeah, but since then it's got a shit ton better. Like the phone barely even rings these days, and you've got an answer from someone. So yeah, they've definitely leveled up their game. Hello, Smokie. Keep smashing it, bro. I have emailed Memedica about them charging $4 for flour with next day's date. They weren't interested. Yeah, it's them that are losing out, really, because if the flour goes out of date, they can't sell it and they have to destroy it. So if they're not dropping prices and getting rid of it, then they're losing money unless they've got it on like fucking sale or return. I don't know if it works like car dealerships. So yeah, it's the clinics essentially that are losing out at the end of the day if they're not dropping prices. I know for me, I would rather drop something that's like 80 quid to fucking anything. Anything would be better than throwing it away or disposing of it yourself, wouldn't it? So yeah, it's the clinics that are biting their nose off to spite their face. And that's all I gotta say about that. Join the Facebook group finally. Nice one, Andrew Roberts. Appreciate that, bro. Yeah, like I said, there'd be fucking loads of shit. I've got so many ideas for this merch thing, but I just want to get the first one out, see how it goes down, and see how many people want to be in the Patience Club. See how quick that 50 t-shirts and hoodies sells out. I'm just imagining like hashtag levels of sales. I know when he released his new hats, I fucking got myself one of them, didn't I? I'll show you because I'm cool like that. I supported one of my favourite YouTubers. Got a little Hello Doggy hat. Hello Doggy. So yeah, I would like to think that some of you guys would support some shit that I do. So. Where are we? Someone talking about my decks. Yeah, it's a controller, standalone. Mine is the XDJ RX, but I very rarely use it. I should probably fire it up at some point. I do have another YouTube channel for the club night that I used to run. So I could potentially do some lives on there with music related, if anyone's down for that. That would, of course, mean me having fucking an abundance of spare time, which I don't have at the moment. So yeah, but if you guys wanted to get a little back view of me there on the decks, I probably wouldn't move the camera too much. I couldn't move it too far because it's connected to my PC. But anyway, this is medical, not fucking music. Grow shop here, haha. Medican's good. You just install the app on your phone and follow the instructions. And once you've sent your photo ID and a PDF of your medical record, it's just 5-minute phone call and then they activate it. Yeah, like I've signed a few people, like a few of my mates up with Medican. Light work. Do 60's more than enough for me, to be honest. I know people have got different limits and stuff, but yeah, 60's sound for me. I kept thinking my fans were helicopters when growing. To be fair, I used to have my when I used to do it, I used to have my grow tent in my bedroom, and the fans used to help me get off to sleep. Yeah, I missed it a load when I didn't have it in there. When I took it down, when my landlord started going a bit weird on me. Yeah, I took it down and I missed that for fucking years or months. I brought my own from New Zealand. No, he brought his own from New Zealand. It was going to cost 400 quid to get an appointment. Happy days. Did you just have to contact the British Embassy to get that across? Or Sandy Brown, I want it higher though, but it says the doctor is off this month, but I've never even spoke to a doctor, so I don't know if it's just a consultation person I'll talk to again to get the limit higher. Yeah, be the doctor or the person you speak to for your next consultation. Snoop Dogg invested 4 million in Medica. If it's good enough for him, exactly that, Graham. Still, it's good enough for him. It's good enough for me. Has anyone tried the cheese vape cart on the Medica? I haven't, mate. Not tried that. Prices have to be fairly high to prevent it being sold on black market. Yeah. Big up yourself, Famalam. Big up you yourself, Glenn Wise. Right, dudes. We're in overtime now. I've done 2 minutes extra. So yeah, a couple of call to actions before I dip off. If you're not yet, click the pinned comment in the chat and head over and follow the Patient Club. It's the new clothing brand I'm working on. Any support from you guys would be massively appreciated. If you haven't yet, then head over to the channel once this video finishes and check out the video that I did earlier on today. It's just a review of the Golden Gorth or Girth. If you haven't yet, click the like button before you leave. And if you're not subscribed, then hit the subscribe button. Otherwise, you're a massive loser. And I'm telling my mum. And then thanks for tuning in for another live. I will see you next Sunday again, 9 p.m. These are a regular thing now. Sunday, 9 p.m. I will always be here. And we'll chat some shit. Vibe. I'll miss a shitload of comments. Just a typical Sunday evening with you boy Smokie. Do you know what I'm saying? But yeah, as always, I can really appreciate you guys. Thanks for tuning in. And if I don't see you through the week, I'll see you through the window. Yeah, thanks. Appreciate all the support. Thanks for tuning in. Peace out, Cub Scouts. Keep it real. Keep it gangster. Till next time. But yeah, go and check out my last video. Fucking thank you. Goodbye. Goodbye.